I'm working on this Queen Anne chair, something that would typically have been made back in 1730, 40, 50, something like that, before the Chippendale era. And these chairs had these nice shaped cabriole legs, and some of them had a pad foot like this design here. It's called a pad foot, and they were turned on the lathe and then removed from the lathe and bandsawed into the cabriole shape, and then with hand tools sculpted to the final shaping. Of course, here in SketchUp, I don't have the sculpted shape, but I've got the bandsawed shape and the turned shape down here. So I've been experimenting with ways of making these cabriole legs in SketchUp. And I'll show you a method that I've come up with that tracks along the way you would do it in a shop by first turning it and then bandsawing it. So to start, I need the template, the profile of the cabriole leg, and here it is. And also I need this little thing down here, and I'll explain what that is a little bit later. Make a copy of these two groups and bring them over here and let me change the style here to just a regular style. And before I make this into a three-dimensional component, I will scale this up using the scale tool and scale it up by a factor of 10. That's to eliminate any problems of very small facets. All right. And let me check the camera here. I want this on perspective. There's my profile shape. And let me explain what this is right here. I call this a lathe cutter. This is a turning tool that will shape the bottom of the leg the way that it would be done with typical lathe tools. And I need a blank, just more than about a 3 1/4 inch square blank for the lathe to make this thing, and I'll put it on the same, start it off at the same level here, and so that with 3 1/4, that's, now I've multiplied it by 10, so that's 32.5 for a rectangle. I'll make that a group and then edit that group and pull it up. Oops. Edit group, pull that up to the height of the profile. And I want to put this on the lathe and turn the bottom part first. So I need the cutter, and I'll grab that, and I want to place this in the midpoint there, right there, midpoint, and to turn this, I need a path and use the follow me tool, so I need a circle down here for a path. And I select the circle, the path, pick the follow me tool, and then edit the cutter and cut it. Spin it. And now I will use solid tools to finalize this. I've got a solid tool block here, and I've got a solid tool here, and I select them both, and then I pick split, and I should have a turned blank. Pick the move tool and see if we've got a yes. There's the foot turning, and that looks clean, and it's a solid group. And now I want to bandsaw this, so I'll get the profile and bring a copy of the profile over, and then edit the group and push pull it to some width like that. And I want to center that on the turned blank. So I'll grab this and see if I can center that. Yes, that's perfectly centered. And I should be able to use, see, so I've got a solid group there, and I've got two solid groups, so I can split. And now I've got some waste. There's a waste section. I can delete that. There's another waste section. I can delete that. And so I've bandsawed it in one direction. Now I want to bandsaw it in the other direction. So I want to rotate this 90 degrees and edit the group and pull that out like that and center it on the turned blank like we did before. Oops. I got the wrong component or group here. There it is centered, but I need to shift it down the red axis probably, about like that. So I can do another split, select both groups and split, and again I've got waste, delete that, and I've got waste there, delete that, and this is the final Cabriole leg, and we can smooth out some of these extra edges, edit, and do that on the others. But that looks pretty good. It's ready for hand tool work to sculpt this and round it over and make it like the originals were done.